So behind us is on. You'll see it when we're on the air, when we're live.
We're live on Facebook.
She's going to control your mics. Okay. We're going to break at 6:14, 6:20, 6:29.
Taylor, see. So just for Can you see?
Oh, I'm on. It's on mine.
That.
Paff would like you to be a guest in his podcast.
Oh, the problem. Okay.
It's his first day. It's his first day.
Renee, it's perfect because we break at 6:29. You need to leave at 6:30, right?
Yes.
All right, so you're on there.
I am?
Are you kind of hidden?
I am kind of hidden. Can you just slide it a little bit back up? There we go.
Microphones, so just, you know.
Yeah, we're good.
And you're I mean, that's playing right now. So you can
Hey,
say
everybody.
hi, Facebook friends, yeah, whatever.
Hey, Facebook friends. Call us at 410-922-6680 or 800-922-6680. The Bob Paff Show. We start soon. Kim DeGrosse is out there. Why, Kim? Loving you down there. Need you guys calling in out there who are watching us on Facebook Live now. Need you calling in. Get in that queue quickly. We've got folks from California and Florida calling in. Volume buttons, Bill, are on your right there where your earphones go in.
And then, Bill, I invited you on.
6600.
We've got about 5 minutes airtime, kids.
6680.
6680. 6680.
992 410 992 6680. Okay.
Right, you got it. And since my phone's on live, I'm not posting, so I need you guys to just shout it out there.
And then it's running live through multiple pages.
All right, folks, we're down to about 5 minutes, and we're coming after you. Who's out there? Watching us from Las Vegas, Nevada. We're getting people from all over the place. Renee, I'm going to probably bring you in quickly because you got to get out. I need you. We're going to be talking about this.
I'm
Huh?
going to follow your lead.
So we're on for about 8 minutes when we start, just so you guys have an idea, about 8 minutes.
And throughout these questions, just kind of edify and do the things that I like to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay, but you definitely want these 3 questions in.
No. I was just giving you some talking points, but I want to keep it very general.
Okay.
Very like, what's the show about?
Yeah.
What are we going to do? Who are you going to have on, Bob?
Okay.
Right? Like, where are we going with this? Bill, I'm going to give the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. I'll give that. We'll talk. Most of that's going to be in the second part of this show.
And is it cool to say be more? Or is that old now for Baltimore?
You can say be more.
Okay, because you know, Prince George's, they don't say certain things now. They don't say PG.
They don't say PG. Really?
No, not anymore. You just never know.
That's too funny. Anita, we good? Oh, jeez. Hey, Tony. We got Tony out there from THB. Thanks for joining us, Tony. Great to have you on board. Hey, Mike.
We don't have to touch this.
No.
Please don't.
Yeah,
Actually.
right, exactly. Too much work.
He said no number worked when I called Jordan.
Florida's just weighed in. Hello, Barb. Oh, Barb. My Barb. Kenyon Avenue Barb. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much. We're going to make some changes in Baltimore now, folks. Need you on board with me.
Oh, it's about the number. There's a guy that was curious about the number. Said it didn't work yet. So
What's that?
Somebody's trying to call in.
Really?
So just let them know what time they can start calling.
Yeah, can you? I would say...
Yours is set up.
I would say you can let them know that I'm going to be on the air at we're on about a minute, guys.
Wow.
We're getting ready to go.
We're getting ready to go live. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you, Bill. Kim. Hey, Kim. Kim up there in the Lehigh Valley. Appreciate that, Kim. We're going to show them how we do it. Laura Parker, we got this, right? Here we go, guys. Here we go. Here we go, folks.
Are not necessarily those of the owners, management, employers, and advertisers of WCBM, but they should be. The Bob Paff Show is brought to you by Bob Paff. Talk Radio 680, WCBM, and worldwide at WCBM.com. It's time now for the Bob Paff Show.
Hey, everybody. Bob Paff here, and so excited to be with you and so excited to kick this show off. There has been so much excitement around what we're doing and what we're going to talk about and the guests that we've got coming on. And well, I'm going to get right into it. Our time is limited with you. We want to make the most of it here on WCBM Talk Radio 680. I've got my friend, my dear friend, Dr. Renee Allen, joining me in the booth. Renee, thank you so much for helping me to kick this off. And we've got other members in the studio. We're going to be talking about lots of things tonight. There are lots of things, Renee, that are not only going on around the country, but right here in our backyard in Baltimore. And you're down in PG County. And so we're going to kick this off and we're going to shake things up a little bit.
I know you are, sir.
So Renee's here. You and I have worked together before, and I thought I'd bring Renee in because Renee really knows me, and she knows the book, Communicating to Win. And
Yes, sir.
I know you've got
Yes, sir.
some feelings about the book, and I'm going to flip it over to you. And we're going to talk about it. So Renee, tell me what you're excited about, and what your thoughts are, and what we're going to do. And I know you got some questions.
Well, first of all, I'm so excited, elated, and motivated about this new show, the Bob Paff Show. If anybody knows Bob, the advocator for Be More, come on.
There we go.
now.
There we go. Give it up for Baltimore, right?
Yes. And just as I pegged you, the doctor communicator, that wonderful book that you have. So I'm just super excited to even be here with you on this inaugural day.
It's great to have you. It's
Thank
really,
you,
really
thank
great
you.
to have you. It's
Well,
really.
well,
Go ahead. Yeah.
Let's share why this show?
You know, it's a great question, why this show. Renee, I am tired, as a lot of people are, of the vitriol out there. I'm tired of the hatred. I'm tired of the partisanism,
Yes, sir.
if that's a word. And I think we need to unify. I think we need to stop all the nastiness and the negativeness. I'm a native of Baltimore. You know, I grew up here. I was born here. I live in this city. I love this city. If you're out there
I
listening to
know
me,
you do.
my friends from the St. Wenceslaus Parish know that. I grew up on Duncan Street, and I went to school in Ashland and Colligan Avenues. I care about the city. I've got 6 children, one of whom, Taylor Paff, is sitting in the studio with us tonight. We're gonna bring him in. But that's really what it's about, Renee. It's about, you know, no more of the same old stuff. Make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, on your Facebook, you've been doing this for years. This is not anything new for
Not
you.
my first rodeo?
Not your first rodeo. Yeehaw, right?
You got
But
it.
you're always concerned about what's going on in Baltimore, from the trash or the shores of the bay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've just been very impressed with you for over 6 or 7 years. So
Thank you, my friend.
Let's get the viewers some more information. So how do you plan to reach the people? Really dig in there.
You know, and thank you for that. We are all over social media, as you know. I mean, a lot of people don't know. Folks, if you're out there and you're listening to this and you're involved, it's all about the E word. It's all about the E word. Ready for this? It's all about the engagement. It's not about posting things. It's not about sharing things, whatever. It's all about the engagement. And that's what I want the show to be about. I want to give Baltimore a voice, Renee. We want to make this the most interesting, stimulating, exciting, positive hour on talk radio. And that's really my goal. I want, if you're calling in, I want you to call in 410-922-6680. The 800 number is the same. I want you ringing the phones off the hook because we want to hear what people have to say. That's really what, Renee, I look at myself as, you can call me the quarterback, but certainly a servant leader. You know, I'm just kind of guiding the boat, and I will not get in the mud with all the fighting and the ugliness, and the Republicans did this and the Democrats did that and whatever. Why can't we all just be people under God? You know, I was going to start this off with a prayer. Why can't we just get along?
Well, this is the day that the Lord has made. May we rejoice and be glad at the Bob Paff Show. Glory to God. So look, I want to talk about you and the fatherhood, because that's one of the things that the audience out there. He is a father extraordinaire. I mean, 6 children raising as a single dad, that's not easy. And then to be an advocate, and then to be out here as a community leader and a communicator. Come on now.
I'm exhausted just listening to that. We got Jamie on the line. Jamie, we're going to try to get with you a little bit. The time is going to fly by. Everybody thinks being on here an hour just drags on. We got so much to cover. Renee, thank you for that. And
Yes,
you know, anybody who's read my book, Communicating to Win, Life, Love, and Business, knows it's a transparent look at my life. And it really is about giving back, and it's about taking those lessons. We're all going to get knocked down, right?
Yes,
We're all
yes.
going to get knocked down, and we're going to get knocked out. It's the measure of a man and a woman is getting back up and doing things with that getting knocked down. And that's really what this is all about. So, Anita, can we take a caller? We got Jamie. Let's take Jamie and see what she's got to say. Here we go. Let's hope this works. Jamie, Bob Paff here on the Bob Paff Show. Welcome. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Oh, the candle in church. And okay, all right. You know, Jamie, thank you for calling. Yeah. You know, and it's all about the faith and hanging in there. I know the struggles are real. Renee, we know the struggles are real. You're a single mom, and I love Chase to death, and so we know that the struggles are real. And thanks, Jamie, for calling in. But we got a couple more minutes before we're going to go to the break, Renee. And I just, you know, there are a lot of things that we're going to tackle. And a lot of great guests that we're going to have coming on board. I'm hoping to have my all-time hero, Brooks Robinson. I become a kid when Brooks is in here. We're going to have the Secretary of Commerce, Mike Gill, come in here. We're going to talk about the state. We're going to talk about politics. We're going to talk about religion.
Yes.
You know, there's a lot of things going on there. We're going to talk about the crime. We're going to talk about making things better. Renee, I want to catch people doing things right. I want to find those people out there that are doing good in their communities. We're about small business. Let me really quickly, before Anita takes us out, I want to thank THB Bagels, Cipriana Restaurant. If you haven't been to THB or Cipriana, Fairway Mortgage Corp, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. We've got Bill York here. We're going to talk about suicide prevention. Skincare by Michelle. I've created a waiting list now, Renee, of people that want to get involved with this show.
Well, people people love you. You're a magnet. You know, when people are fighting for other people, it brings the community together, and that's what you're doing, Bob.
I appreciate
especially with this show.
You know, and Renee, if I could get down, you could put it on my tombstone to be remembered for anything. It's the unification. It's bringing people together. It's shining a positive life on a very dark, very negative world. And we will not on this show, on the Bob Paff Show, we will not get caught up in that. We're just not going to do it, Renee. And I need you here, and I need you back often, and because you bring an element, you and I just get each other. We work together, and it's just it's a beautiful thing. So
one thing that you will do, you will continue to tackle these subjects that people will not talk about, and that's what I love.
I am going to do that. I can't wait. I'm actually anxious to do that. I think we've got to go to a commercial break here really soon, but I am grateful for you being here and for everybody else.
Thank you so much.
We will be back on WCBM Talk Radio 680, the Bob Paff Show, in just a little bit.
You're a natural.
That was awesome.
That's good.
Good stuff, guys.
That was really good.
Oh my goodness.
It's so much fun. I mean, I love it. I know people.
Facebook people are still on.
People are.
Oh,
How do we do out there, Facebook land? Oh my God, we got people from all over the world, weighing in.
Yeah, there's no commercial breaks on Facebook Live.
I'm bringing them in, Bob.
Bring them in. Bring them in. We gotta. I'm telling you, we're gonna blow this out. All right, we're back on. So I'll keep you in. We'll do this.
anything else particular you want to talk about the book a little? You want to keep on the
Let's talk about the book a little bit because I'm one of my own commercials. Talk about the. Hey, Bob, tell me about the book. And
Are you giving books away?
Yeah, you should have people call in and buy
What's
books.
that?
You should have people buy books.
What's that?
Call in and buy a book.
Oh, first 5, call in, get a book.
Yeah.
So talk about the book.
Yeah, you're on.
All right.
Oh, we're back on.
We are back. Let's see how quickly that time flies there. Let's talk about the book a little bit. Hey, folks, I promised you, and Renee, we got to hold me to this. The first 5 callers, we had Jamie calling in from Catonsville. The first 5 callers are going to get an autographed copy of Communicating to Win in Life, Love, and Business. So if you're out there, I know I've got friends in California who swore that they were calling in. They're going to get on. There's only 5 of them, Renee.
That's a lot, though.
It is a lot. The first 5 callers are going to get a copy of the book.
That's amazing.
The book.
And it's an amazing book. You know, I call it the Communication Bible.
Yes, you do.
Because anything you want to learn about communicating from the ABCs is right in that book. And it's so awesome, Bob, because you are so authentic and revealed so many personal, deep-rooted things in that book that will touch everyone in America. So I really, really love it. And you're giving away 5. Woo-hoo!
I'm giving away
Come on
5,
now.
and you know what I call the book, Renee? It's a transparent look at my life, and I'm all about the transparency and the integrity and the commitment and doing what you say, and that's really, really what I want this show to be about. I want to give a voice to people out there that don't have a voice. That book is the story of my life.
Yes.
It's on Audible because, you know, I do some voiceover work, and I've done work for National Geographic and some other folks. We'll throw it out there because we love them. But it's on Audible. It's on Kindle, and it's available on Amazon, or you can go to the bobpaff.com website. And, you know, I put myself out there, Renee. When you do what you and I do, the message doesn't get heard and doesn't get translated until we really do put ourselves out there. And there's a lot of risk that comes with that. You know that. I mean, the exposure, right? And you get all the folks who are going to take shots at you and all that, which is
TKOs, but we get right back up.
we do get right back up, and that's what this is about. That's what this is about, and we're going to talk about a lot of tough issues. We're going to get into wellness. We're going to get what's it like to get older in this community. I'm 58 years old, and I'm proud of that. And you know, with that age comes wisdom, comes the experience. If we do it right, Renee. And my faith means a lot to me. You all know that. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some other struggles. We've got some guests coming on. We've got Bill York, and we're going to talk about suicide prevention. And we've got a big event, folks. Mark your calendars. October the 9th at Point South Latin Kitchen in Fells Point, 6 o'clock at night. We've got a giant fundraiser going on, Renee. We're hoping to have 200 people in there in this place and close it down. Starts at 6 o'clock, and it is all for suicide prevention, because I'll talk about that when Bill comes on a little bit later, and Taylor comes on, and it's a very important subject. It's an epidemic. It's a huge problem, and that kind of goes back to what we want to do. People are stressed out, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
They're stressed out. They don't know where to turn. This is not a religious show, but I think there's a place for faith in everyone's life.
And people need real talk. talk. They need you, Bob.
Yes. Looks like we got a call. We got a caller from Jim here. If we can, is Jim our caller, Anita? We got Jim. Jim in Easton, Maryland. We're going to take Jim. Hey, Jim, are you there with us? I am here.
Hi, Jim.
Thank you, Jim. What can we do for you, Jim? Okay. Jim, I'm not going to rush you, but we got about a minute, pal. So you need to rush it up down there in Easton.
Come on now.
There we go. Yeah, I love it. As soon as a lot of people, I've spent a lot of time on the Eastern Shore, has Taylor Paff, who's sitting next to me here. We've spent a lot of time there. A lot of people say that when you drive over that bridge, right, from the Western Shore to the Eastern Shore, you know, just the stress goes out of you, Jim, and you can relax, and it's another time of life and a quality time, and you can relax. Would you agree with that? And you ain't coming back from D.C. We've got a D.C.er here in the studio with us. Okay, so you got out of D.C. 18th and I, yeah, absolutely. I know it well. We got Larry calling in now where the phones are blowing up. Hey, Jim, listen, I'm gonna jump on this call really quick. Renee's gonna leave us. You get a copy of my book, so make sure that you either call back. You're another caller gets the book. So thanks for calling in.
Congratulations.
Tell them to stay on the line.
Stay on the line, Larry. We'll be right with you. We're gonna take a break and we'll be right back with the Bob Paff Show, WCBM 680 Talk Radio. Here's my commercial.
Dad, when people are on the phone, tell them to hold on, because then she'll...
Set this door now watching.
And business. Order Bob's best-selling book on Amazon.com or go to bobpaff.com. Financing a home is one of the biggest decisions you ever make. Let Taylor Paff from Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation.
You here?
Taylor will guide you through the process from
I'm Taylor
application to
Paff.
closing in record time. Call today.
I think we're good. Yeah.
Whoa.
This was amazing. I'm so proud.
Thank you, Joe Sirio.
Nice to meet you. I look forward to talking to you.
Bye, sweetie. Thank you. Phones are blowing up.
Yeah, is that 1, 2, 3, 4 calls? And you just hit the number? People like free things. They want to push. Get that, make sure you find
Got a call from California. Who was that voice? My God.
Chemical peels, waxing, skin analysis, and more. Enjoy a calming hour of treating your skin to the ultimate experience you can receive, offering both professional and organic skincare products. Visit FoundationSkinCareByMichelle.com for more information.
Frank Kavanaugh is an innocent man as I speak to you this moment.
The calming voice of
Hey, Facebook Live folks, thank you so much. We're getting calls from California and Florida and all over the place. So honored that you guys are joining me.
I don't know anything about her, do you? She pops up on the radar.
Taylor. So Bill, bring you in. I'll introduce you guys. We'll talk about the event next week. We'll talk about bridging the gap, the new age, and how do we get.
And I also
Just
wanted to
follow my
mention-
lead.
I wanted to mention a little point about what Gordon wrote about
Yeah,
language
let's
behind
talk.
suicide
So
and-
it's talk radio. We're going to chat. Just got the word. Here we go.
Show on Talk Radio 680 WC.
Hey, folks, listen, thank you so much for joining us on the Bob Paff Show here. We've got folks that are calling in. I'm going to go right to the phone lines, Anita, if we can. We've got Larry, who's just calling in. I want to hear what Larry has to say. Larry! How are you, bud? What's going on? I appreciate, Larry, you can hear us all the way up in New York, way up there. Larry, you're so kind to do that and take a break. You and I are both dads, and we're committed to. We're going to talk about suicide prevention. I've got Bill in the studio with me, and I've got my son Taylor here. But I really appreciate, as a dad, as a friend of yours, and everything that you've done, introducing me to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, but really stepping out of the hockey game there with your kids just to weigh in. So we will talk soon, my friend. I want to jump on the line. I've got somebody all the way in California. Larry, have a good weekend. All right, we got Shane calling in from California. We'll take one more call and ask you to hold. Hello. Shane, how are you? Thank you so much, and thank you for calling in from all the way out in California. I got to get out there. You know, Shane, I love California. We got to get out there. We got to do a book signing or some talks or whatever like that. You were here in Baltimore, I know, recently, and we didn't connect. And but we will do that very soon. So I think you're probably still one of the 5. Phones are ringing off the hook. I know you're busy out there in California. That is fantastic. You are the best, Shane. Listen, thank you for calling in. We'll talk to you soon. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Now, folks, listen, I'm asking you, if you're calling in, please hold. I'm so honored and pleased with everybody that's calling in. We've got Bill York here, and we've got my son, Taylor Paff. Now, Taylor Paff and Fairway Mortgage Corp are one of our key sponsors, and we're so grateful. Tony, I know you're out there listening. We've got THB Bagels with 4 locations. Love, love, love THB. All my kids are at THB, and I've got a lot of kids, if you heard Renee and I talking earlier. Cipriana, if you haven't been to Cipriana in Roland Park, which is my hood, you need to get down to Cipriana and see Chef Maria. We're going to have Chef Maria on the show. We're going to have Tony on the show as well, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. But right now I want to bring Bill York in here, and I want to bring Taylor Paff in here. We're going to talk about suicide prevention a little bit, Bill. Let me get, first of all, suicide is an epidemic in this country. Would you agree?
Absolutely, Bob.
And people don't know this, Bill, and our listeners out there might be shocked to hear the latest numbers come out of the CDC for 2016. They're the latest numbers we've got. And suicide in 2016, there were 46,000 suicides, Bill, and 18,000 murders. Suicide is an epidemic in this problem, and I stand to be corrected, but I think, Bill, between the ages of 10 and 24, it's either the leading cause or number 2 cause of death. Folks, did you hear that what I just said to you? Between the ages of 10 and 24, it is the leading or second leading cause of death in the United States. And it's not cocktail conversation, Bill. I'm going to shut up in a little bit, and I'm going to let you talk about it. And then we flip to the other side, middle-aged guys like me, it's then the number 1 cause of death. For lots of reasons, because we're entering that twilight of our years, right? And we've got access to things like guns, and we're depressed, and we're this and all these things, and we're deciding to do that. So, Bill, tell us, if you will. I know you've got a lot of people listening, and we've got a couple of minutes. Tell us really quickly, if you can, because we're going to have a chance to talk about it more. Why are you personally connected to this, Bill?
Well, I'm personally connected because just 2 short months ago, on 28th July, I lost my son to suicide. He was 20 years old. He was had a wonderful life ahead of him, real estate agent at 19.
Yep.
So when that happened to me, I just decided that I had a mission, and that mission is to get people talking about the things that cause suicide.
Right.
Mental health accessibility.
That's right.
Sexual assault, depression, anxiety.
Yeah. And I knew Josh, and you and I know that, and Bill and I are friends, and I wanted him on the show to talk about this, to raise the awareness for this. And by all circumstances, Josh was doing well. He was at a great time in his life. He was in a committed relationship. He was about to enter a sophomore year of college, I believe, right?
That's junior year of college. And,
Junior year.
And
Oh.
they were planning to get married.
Right. And so, anyway, it's just we're gonna talk about this a lot more. Taylor, from your perspective, Taylor's in his 30s now, and he and I have partnered together, and we're doing this event at Point South Latin Kitchen next week. And Taylor, tell us how you're feeling and your connection and your commitment to suicide prevention and your thoughts around that.
Well, it's a good question. I'm glad you asked. I think that we all have a connection to maybe not necessarily suicide, but mental health.
Mental health.
And you know, we were fortunate this summer in June when we had our first event at Point South Latin Kitchen to get about 60 to 70 people there.
With like 10 days notice. I think we did that pretty quickly, didn't we?
We were going to cancel it.
That's right. We were going to cancel it.
We worked hard, and we're fortunate that our network and our sphere kind of came together immediately for that.
Yeah.
And I think that we're going to see that number grow tremendously coming up here on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's folks, and I can't stress it enough. Let me read the number to you. The National Suicide Prevention Hotline is 1-800-273-TALK. 1-800-273-8255. If you're feeling stressed and want to talk about, Bill and I've seen, and Taylor, the studies I've seen that suicide affects at least 100 people. In your case, Bill, it happened, it was your son, but the people that Josh touched, and I knew Josh, and you think about the ramifications and the people, the extended family, right? The friends, the community. You're doing a lot of work now in Josh's high school, and I know you've had meetings today, and there's a lot of things. You've created a foundation, the Josh York Legacy Foundation, if I said that correctly.
That is correct, yes.
All right, and so you're going to be joining us next week as well. So, folks, this is a passion of mine. The ASFP is one of our sponsors. Bill is supporting the show and the message. We're going to take another call. We've got, Anita, we've got Cheryl in Baltimore that's calling. Cheryl? How are you?
That's my sister, Bob.
That's your sister.
I love her voice.
Thank you for that, Bill. Cheryl, it's great to have you here. What do you have to say for us in the minute or so that we've got left? Because we're going to need a break again. But got it. Your brother is wonderful, and we're enjoying getting to know him. I'm glad you snuck in. We're going to break right now. We'll be back in a little bit. Please call in 410-922-6680. You're listening to The Bob Paff Show, WCBM 680 AM. We'll be right back.
That's my older sister. She's a PhD nurse.
Really?
At the University of Maryland and pediatrics and baby.
Carol, you want to come on? You want to you got your mic on? I'll throw it to you. You can talk about, you can talk about your dad if you want. I'll talk about the connection. I'll talk about Washington, D.C., what we're going to do and how we're going to, you okay for a couple of minutes on that? Huh? Are you sure? No, real Carol, if you're not, crying doesn't come through on the radio. You all right?
I brought them just in case.
Hey, Facebook Live, thank you so much. Guys, you're doing great. You're doing really, really great.
Yeah, so the next thing I just want to mention,
Mention
I
what?
want to make sure I get in that talk about the language behind suicide if we're going to go into that. I don't need to talk about more. It's just kind of one
So you want to talk more?
No, I want to say that one more thing. Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll go to you.
Language behind it. So
I'll
if
go to
at
you.
any point-
I'll go to you since we come back on. Carol, I'm going to go to Taylor for the language behind suicide. Very important. I had somebody say to me they commit, which nobody commits to suicide.
Well,
you
failed
commit to a
attempt-
relationship.
you failed attempt
Right,
and all that,
right.
You failed because you're living.
Just so you know,
Yeah.
just yesterday I had the second one in my family.
Really?
Yeah, my
Here we go, guys. We're back on. Taylor, we're going to go with you.
niece.
We got two more callers. Hey, Maria, we love you. Maria from Cipriana. Bob, you're amazing. We'll talk about Bill. I'll talk about October 9th. I'll talk about the walk. Taylor, maybe you want to talk about the walk? Can you? I'll throw you the walk.
I don't know a lot about the walk.
Well, it's November 3rd. People can go to. Is there a Facebook page that we can send them to? Where do we send them to?
Well, Karen can post that on the live thing maybe. Post the page so that.
Could they go to your page? Where are we going to go with that?
I
I'll
don't
post
know.
it on the comments in the live.
Okay.
I don't know. It's on your page, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here's that Cipriani commercial. Maria.
I love the music.
Thanks, Patty.
Here in Baltimore, the couple has been feeding local food lovers for over 27 years.
You know that
The
Ernie
menu
probably
packed
wants
with
to get
delicious items such as the chef's creamy hummus,
Oh yeah, if Ernie calls, make sure you get him on because Ernie's funny.
Elysian Fields slow
You should
roasted
take.
lamb,
You can't.
Rozzini,
I'm telling you.
chicken breast, and
Huh?
they're legendary for all flavors. Voted Baltimore's best multiple times, located in the historic Tuscany
You
Canterbury
got Scott from White Marsh,
award-winning kitchen in a warm and welcome setting.
Joe.
Choice of inside or patio seating. Complimentary
Nice the phone's ringing.
available. For reservations, call 410-837-7482 or visit
I'm going to ask you to talk about it in the language.
Cipriani
Here we go.
Restaurant, where guests become family.
The music is perfect.
Right? I picked that good. Huh? Thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate your support on Facebook Live here.
You could talk about the mortgage rate, Taylor.
Oh my God, I got 4 callers on.
Hopefully one's Arnie.
Right?
Good.
Let me go to a caller, and then I'll go to
Go to
you.
a caller, yeah.
Okay? This is fantastic. It's the first show.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
yeah, this is going well.
I mean,
Yeah,
Gonna make an impact, Bob.
what's that?
Said you're gonna make an impact.
Thanks. Appreciate that, Bill.
Renee was good.
Hmm?
Renee's good.
Isn't she good?
Yeah,
Wasn't she the? I mean,
she's got personality.
Yeah.
A lot of personality.
Well, we saw that, didn't we?
Yeah,
her and I could actually do a show. I mean, I think the dynamic and the demographic
yeah.
of that, because, you know, I mean, Dr. Phil can't do it. What we can get into.
Get the video ready.
Hey, Robin, thanks for watching. We've got people from all over the country. I'm so touched. So very, very touched. I'm gonna go right to Scott. I'm gonna try to get these callers in.
Some radio stations put their talk shows in a talk block. Not here. You can talk around the clock. Stay connected and informed on Talk Radio 680, WCBM, and WCBM.com.
And now more of the Bob Paff Show on Talk Radio 680 WCBM and worldwide at WCBM.com.
Hey, folks, thanks for coming back and joining us at the Bob Paff Show, WCBM Talk Radio 680 AM. I want to go to a caller real quick, and then we're going to go to Taylor. We're going to talk about the suicide prevention, what's coming up. I want to get that in before we get off the air. This is the last show before we go there. So, Anita, can we have, what's it, Scott in White Marsh? Is that who we've got? Hey, Scott, how are you? Bob Paff here. Yep. Yep. A day, Scott. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. Scott, we appreciate that. I don't want to cut you off. The phones are blowing up, and I couldn't be more touched. And listen, thank you. And I agree with you. I knew Josh personally. My daughter, Isabel, knew Josh, and it's just still unfathomable. I'm a father of 6. I can't even begin to imagine, but I'm close to it. Bill's sitting here with me, and we've broken bread together. So listen, thank you. I'm going to jump off. Absolutely. You're right. Thank you so much, Scott. We're going to go to Joe. Joe's on the line for us. Joe, are you there? Hey, Joe. Bob Paff here. How are you? I'm great. What can we help you with, Joe? Oh. Oh, Joe, you're bringing a tear to my eye, man. I mean, I was the last graduating class from St. Wenceslaus on Ashland and Collington. You know what, Joe? People look at me and they're like, oh, what do you know about struggle? What do you know about life? What do you know about hardship? My dad left when I was 10 years old. And those days at St. Wenceslaus were some of the happiest days of my life, and to have the St. Wenceslaus community behind me. Joe Pruka's out there. I hope Joe's listening, sending me messages. Love you guys. I do a lot of, I volunteer a lot of time with the Retired School Sisters of Notre Dame. It's a personal cause for me and a mission. And so, what's that? They really did, Joe. They really, really did. So, yeah, listen, thank you for calling in. We're going to take one more call, and then we're going to go to Taylor Paff. Thanks, Joe. All right, we've got one more caller we're going to take. Is that Claude? Yeah, Claude? I'm good. How are you, Claude? What can we help you with? Okay. See, Joe, you touched on something really important. I'm going to give out this number again. You know, we said it touches at least 100 people. And then what happens is something like this occurs and everybody kind of shuts down. What do we do with their grief? Men don't cry. You know, I'm working on a book, Real Men Wear Pink. You know, I want to get men out there to talk about the difficult things and to cry and express your emotions. And that's what you guys got to do as part of the healing process. Yep. That's exactly right. And that's what you got to keep doing, my friend. Listen, I got to run. We're running out of time. Thank you so much for calling in. Continue to listen to the show. We're going to be on every Friday night from 6 to 7. But I'm feeling for you. I know Bill's feeling for you and Taylor. We're all sitting here and appreciate the call. Yep, hear that. Maybe it's that custody word. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that information. Thank you so much. We're going to go. Taylor, let's talk about the language around suicide if we can in the time that we've got. And we've got a couple of events coming up, right? We want to talk about, promote those events, but let's talk about the language around suicide. A lot of people don't realize that there's language around suicide. The term committing suicide is incorrect.
Correct. Now, a recent connection that we've made, Gordon Corsetti, if he's out there listening.
Hey, Gordon, I hope you're out there listening.
So Gordon, for those of you who don't know him, he was just published in the U.S. Lacrosse magazine about his struggles with depression, and we had the pleasure of meeting with him over lunch the other day, and excited to see him on Tuesday night. Now, he wrote an article recently that I saw, and I'm not going to say it as eloquently as he has written it, but it left me with a thought behind a topic that we don't really talk about. Now, he writes about how suicide is set in 2 different categories.
Yeah.
Successful suicides and failed suicides. And the language behind that is, we think of failed suicide, why is failing at suicide and you being rewarded with your life?
Yeah.
Why is that a failure? And when I read that, and again, I'll share the article with everybody out there on Facebook so they can read it for themselves, because again, he's a little more eloquent with it.
Yep. No, it's true. And Taylor, talk about the events coming up. We're running out of time. I want to get all this stuff in. We got so much to talk about. Talk to us about what we've got coming up. We've got October the 9th. We've got November 3rd. What's going on, and how can people join?
So the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention has their Out of the Darkness Walk. We have our team. We'll also share the link for you on Facebook. You can find us. But it is Saturday, November 3rd. It's from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. And it's going to be right in Rash Field, right in Federal Hill.
And I see, and Taylor, you've just put everything, folks. If you know, we've got Team Paff, right?
Correct.
And I think you just put something out there in Facebook. You put it in the comments section of this Facebook Live show because we are live with this thing right now, and we want you to go to the team. We want Team Paff to explode. We're going to put this on the map. We're going to. Honestly, if you're out there listening from the AFSP, they've struggled to really make a go in the Mid-Atlantic region, particularly in Maryland. I think, in fairness to the other regions, and we're going to change that, Bill. We're going to change it with your help, and we're going to change it with Taylor's help and everybody else who's on that team. I want to see you Tuesday night, right? October the 9th at Point South Latin Kitchen. You can buy your tickets at the door. It's $20 to get in. We're going to have music there. We're going to have food. Our friend Bryson Keynes is donating and offering food. I mean, amazing food. And so all really, really good stuff. And we are running out of time. I want to get, can I go, Anita? Can I go one more, chat with one more person here? We've got my friend Carol Dye here, who's a friend of all of us. And Carol's come in from Washington, D.C., and she's got a very personal connection to suicide. I promise you, folks, we're going to end. And this is really positive. I do not want you to think, if you're out there listening, right, Bill? We're doing good stuff.
We're doing great stuff, Bob.
We're changing lives. We're touching lives. This is not, folks, if you're out there, I don't want you to be sad. Nobody on this show wants you to be sad, wants you to be depressed. We want you to reach out, 1-800-273-8255. Carol, in the couple of minutes that we've got left here, if you can talk about, we're going to make some introductions for you in D.C. What is your personal connection to suicide prevention?
My dad committed suicide in 1995 before it was talked about. And it fragmented my family. Everybody fell apart, and we've only started to talk about it. And thanks to you bringing me into this, I'm going to take the next steps and hopefully make it something that people in DC can start to support as well.
Carol, thank you for that. 1995, folks, have you heard? Carol's dad, very successful guy. I think he was maybe, Carol's, I recall our conversations, one of the original Madison Avenue ad guys, wasn't he?
Man.
Yeah, Ivy League educated, as I recall, right? The family, and so
Went to Dartmouth.
And so let's talk about that for a second, because we're coming off the heels of Anthony Bourdain and Kate Spade and all these folks. We got to go to a commercial. We could talk about this forever and ever, but we'll be right back.
See, I didn't cry when I'm on stage.
Nope, you did good. You did. I reiterated that because I don't know that your mic was live when we first went on, but
Yeah, we typically do that.
Yeah.
It was.
Good job, Taylor. You're a Paff.
Can talk about something or other, right?
Very strong.
Nita, we're in the last block.
This is the last.
Yeah, we're in the last block when we come back. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
So 2 more spots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you want to say something?
Hey, folks out there on Facebook Live, thanks so much for joining us.
Huh? 19. Pretty average. 19 minutes throughout the whole time.
We come back, I'm going to go to some positive things. I'm going to talk a little bit about CTW. I'm going to talk about future shows, like who we're going to have on, what we're going to do, what we want to do with this show, what we want our listeners to do. Try to mobilize folks. Looks like we're getting a great turnout on Facebook Live. I really appreciate all you folks tuning in. I think the Gilman McDonough game ended in a 1-1 tie,
Really?
which was huge.
They're a good team.
McDonough and Loyola were undefeated,
Really?
and so McDonough was playing for first place. Yeah.
Gilman win tonight?
Tied.
Tied 1-1.
What was the final at the?
Loyal again.
No, the John King.
John.
When they got killed at halftime, I believe.
Oh, I don't remember what. I mean,
They won.
Yeah, we won.
Gordon's on.
Gordon's on.
Oh, is he? Is he on Facebook Live?
He just texted me, so he's
He's listening.
yeah.
Oh, cool. Did you guys talk about him?
Come back. Here we go.
Stand by.
And now more of the Bob Paff Show on Talk Radio 680 WCBM and worldwide at WCBM.com.
Hey, folks, Bob Paff here. Listen, thank you so much. I'm so honored. I'm so touched that you're joining us, that you're tuning in, you're ringing the phones off the hook, you're joining us on Facebook Live. I've got guests in the studio. We've got a bottle of wine and champagne. This is the first show. This is the first show, and we want to build a following. We want to mobilize the troops to make some good change. We're going to be bringing on lots of terrific people, and if I can kind of go through the list, my friend Justin Mulcahy, you know him as the spokesman for BGE. I think Justin's out there listening if he wants to give us a call or a nod, but he's going to come on. He's been, for those who are sitting around this table, he's also been very personally touched by suicide, but we're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to talk about, as we said, cleaning up the streets. Listen, a city has to be, for those of you who follow me on Facebook, and if you follow me on LinkedIn, if you don't, you need to, you know that I think a city needs to be two things. And everybody sitting around this table would agree with me. A city needs to be safe and it needs to be clean. Right, Bill?
That's
It needs to be safe and it needs to be clean. And I don't care if you're walking out at 2 o'clock in the morning in Harbor East or if you're walking out on North Avenue at 2 o'clock in the morning, you have the right to feel safe whenever you're walking out your front door and wherever you're walking out your front door. And I've got some great ideas about how we're going to bring this together. We're going to foster some discussion here. I've talked to my friends in the media, my TV friends. It's about a bridge. It's about a bridge, Bill and Taylor and Carol and Karen's here in the studio with us. It's about a bridge, and I want to build that bridge between the public and the private sector, because that's how, these things are not black and white and Republican or Democrat or Catholic or Protestant or Jewish or whatever it is. We are all one people, and what we want to do in this show is unite everybody. But we're going to have fun doing it. We're going to catch people doing things right. We're going to catch people making a difference. If you know people out there, if you're interested in talking to us, you can call me here at the station at 410-922-6680. We've got another caller coming in. We're going to take in a little bit. We're going to have legendary Baltimore Oriole Hall of Famer Brooks Robinson, who I just adore. I've become a kid all over again. I saw Brooks yesterday. We're going to have the Secretary of Commerce. I hope to get him on. Mike Gill, if you're out there and you're listening, we want to talk about the economy. It's all about small business, folks. Those of you who are my sponsors, and we'll run through that list again, THB, Cipriana, Fairway Mortgage Corp. It's all about Skincare by Michelle. It's about small business. The small business people are putting it on the line every single day, and we want to support that community. We're not going to get into that negative space. We're not going to go there. My book, Communicating to Win and Life, Love, and Business, is all about that. Finding your salesperson, selling with emotion, impact your communication. How do you make a difference? All those things. We've got a caller, and I think we're going to take the caller right now. It looks like we've got Michelle on the line. Michelle? Hey, Michelle, how are you? Thank you so much, my friend. Is this my Michelle from up in Harrisburg? Yes. Michelle, we love you. And is there a facial or something or a mess? Michelle, you are the best. You're up in Harrisburg, and you've got to either download the app or do something. You've got to make an effort to tune into this show. And you and I started out as, I think, LinkedIn friends, and right, and that's grown. And you were one of the first people, Michelle. I don't want to embarrass you, but I will. I said, hey, you want to sponsor the show? And you said, I'm in. And you haven't even really launched everything yet, and you have no idea. Those who know me, I'm a loyal guy, and I'm so touched by that, and I never forget, Michelle. And really, and this donation out of the blue, We owe you. Look forward to having you down here with me, and look forward to all you're going to do and all you're going to offer. But thank you so much. Go Team Paff. We're going to make a difference. Michelle, thanks for calling in. Thank you. All right, folks, we'll be right back.
That was a perfect way to end that one.
What's that?
I said that was a perfect way to end that session.
Right.
That was great.
You guys think this stuff is easy, don't you?
It's good. You're in the flow now.
Oh, yeah, I could probably do a 2-hour show.
I think you should. I think we could.
Dad, if you want, we're putting the
What's
link,
that?
We're putting the link on the Facebook Live.
Okay.
So if you want to just tell Facebook Live the link to get a ticket to the event
Okay.
Tuesday, will be up on the link.
Hey, Facebook Live out there, if you want to get your tickets, go to the link on Facebook Live right now. You can find the link in the comment section. It'll be there. It'll be there. It'll be there. Gordon Corsetti killing it. Great vibe in the studio. Gordon, we miss you. We're going to have you on board. I need to get U.S. Lacrosse on board, Gordo. But we're going to see you next week, and you're going to bring 10 of your closest friends. Folks, make sure you look on there. Sign up. Listen, here's my commercial.
Let Bob Paff and his communicating to win strategy help you become the
Couldn't be
best
much hotter in here.
to lead a more
The lights.
If you have 10 seconds, can you plug the Facebook page for the foundation?
Your Facebook page?
When we come back, you may have 2 minutes.
Okay.
You're going to hear some music at the end. You're going to hear like some bump music
Okay.
that I'm going to play.
Okay.
Underneath of you, you keep talking.
Keep talking. We're going to go out from there. We're going
As
to close
soon
out.
as you hear that music,
Yeah.
you know that you only have a minute and you have to be out.
We got to be out.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Anita. I'll be out, or you'll take me out. Bill, what's the page? Again, it's just the Josh York Legacy Foundation page. That's it.
It's got a lot of good stuff going on there.
Visit foundationskincare.com for more.
So, guys, I'll take us out, okay?
How would you like the chance to earn dollars every month in consistent mailbox money? Well, listen to this. Actor DK, known as Superman on ABC's hit TV show, Lois and
If you
Clark.
type in the comments, you can like tag it.
There it is. Team Path fundraiser is how to find it on Facebook. We're going to make sure that you find it, right? We're going to get that.
We're working out.
It will show you their formula for flipping houses in your
How big's the biggest team? It would be great to get like 100 people on our team and raise 10,000 bucks for the walk. This is for the event.
Specifically for
Folks, this is
Tuesday
for the
night.
event. We need to see you next week.
I think you're going to be Tuesday.
I do too. Definitely. I think we're gonna be around 150, if not more. I feel like a lot of people. It is a lot of people. Let me see. Maybe type it in.
Hey, Chef Marie, if you're listening to us, I think there's maybe some dinner in store for us after the show.
4 years ago, almost half of us wanted to leave Maryland. 43 tax hikes in a row, even taxing the rain. 18 businesses lost 100,000 jobs. So we voted for change. We elected Larry Hogan. From day one, working across the aisle,
Somebody else had the same exact story.
There it is. There's a link to the drive to the event next week. If you're on Facebook Live and you're seeing it, please log on right now. Go right now and sign up for the event on Tuesday. We want to see you on Tuesday. We're going to have some music there, terrific food. We're going to have a lot of fun.
What's that?
Similar story.
Okay, guys, we got 2 minutes. I'm going to go around it quickly. Music going to start, and I'll take us out.
That was just in the paper.
Oh no, he lost his brother. Brother to go.
That's right.
And now more of the Bob Paff Show on Talk Radio 6.
Hey, folks, thanks for coming back. We're winding down this first show. I got to tell you, really, I'll say it again. You've touched my heart. Great first show. We're super happy. I can't wait to get back on next week. Couple things I want to send you to a few places. I want to make sure on Facebook Live, for those of you who are listening to us, go to that page, that donor page, that Team Path page to sign up for the event next week. We want to see you at Point South Latin Kitchen on Tuesday, October the 9th. We start at 6 and we go until. We start at 6 and we go until everybody leaves, everybody donates, everybody whatever. We're going to have some music, Taylor. We're going to have some giveaways. Our friends at Sukasa we're going to have some raffles. It's going to be pretty fun, and we want to see everybody there. We're hoping to get a crowd of 200 people. Come and bring someone for us next Tuesday. And then, of course, the walk is November 3rd. I want to also send you, Bill York's here in the studio, and I want to send you to the Josh York Legacy Foundation Facebook page. You can find that Facebook page, and you can sign up, and you can support Bill and all his efforts. The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention is an umbrella organization that can work with the Trevor Project or Bill's Foundation for Josh. So it's just a unifying body, really, Bill, for lack of a better expression. They've got lots of resources, and we're talking about getting into the schools.
They provide them out every time we have
Right?
an event. Yep.
And Bill, why reinvent the wheel? There's no reason to reinvent the wheel when you can do this, and they're so terrific. And when I asked them to sponsor the show, Bill, I had an answer in an hour. I mean, they just came back and said, yeah, we're in and we're going to do it. So again, that number 1-800-273-8255 is because there, again, I want to talk to you about who we're going to have up. Justin Mulcahy is going to join me in the studio next week. And we're going to talk about a lot of things that the city's doing. We want to make this a turnaround show. We want to empower people. Baltimore, we want to give you a voice, and we obviously expand beyond Baltimore on this show. We go up into Delaware, and I think we travel down in the D.C. area. So listen, call in, give us a call, 922-6680 WCBM, The Bob Paff Show. Thanks for tuning in. And then we'll be going out, guys.
And then I'll log you off. There's another.
Hey, Joe. Thanks, buddy.
Look at that picture Bill took, posted.
Oh, my God. I love that.
It's good.
I love that.
It's a good picture.
Yeah.
Good job.
Okay,
Karen, did you shoot that?
Did you see that?
I took that one.
Love it.
Can you see that? It's right there.
Put that with your commercial.
Never mind.
Taylor, send me that. I love that.
It's on Facebook.
After the show, we need it, is it?
It's on Facebook.
Hey, Joe, thank you so much, buddy.
That doesn't seem to be the case. So right now, at a minimum, it was probably going to be 51 to 49 with Collins and Manchin voting yes. If Daines is not present, it would be 55-0 to 49.
Chat program on Capitol Hill. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is heading to North Korea, hoping to persuade the country to eliminate its nuclear weapons. He'll also be visiting Japan, South Korea, and China on his 3-day tour of East Asia. Former Chicago police officer found guilty of second-degree murder and aggravated battery in the shooting death of a black teen. Jason
Are you acknowledging your Facebook people?
Do we really have Australia that just tuned in? Jenny?
On Facebook? I don't see it anywhere.
I invited everybody that I have on
Yeah.
Facebook, and they're part of my rock prevention group.
Yeah. No, I think I just got somebody from one of mine from Australia.
Australia, England.
Guys, I got a minute, so I'm going to make this about the show. I'll wrap it and take us out, okay?
What does building a better bank look like? It starts with building Capital One cafes, warm, inviting places that feel nothing like a typical bank, where you can open an account with no fees or minimums in 5 minutes, and you'll always find people ready to help you, not sell you. Welcome to Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet? For consumers only, offered by Capital One and A member FDIC. Cafes available in select locations. Copyright 2018 Capital One. What happened? You used to go hours without visiting a bank. Now it seems like you're constantly getting up to pee. Listen, the makers of Super Beta Prostate are introducing a new wonder pill, Super Beta Prostate P3 Advanced, with 3 key ingredients that are great for your prostate. To celebrate, your first 30-day supply is free. Pay shipping and handling. Get P3 Advanced free. Call 1-800-215-9360. 1-800-215-9360. 1-800-215-9360.
WCBM News Time at
That's so
7:03.
cool.
I'm Michael
How
Phillips
about you?
on the 680 WCBM
So good at
News.
social media.
A pair of murder suspects from Virginia are under arrest after a dangerous high-speed chase that began in Parkville, then into the city, ended near Eastern Avenue and Ebenezer Road. Baltimore County Police said the car is believed to be wanted in connection with a homicide in Virginia.
I'm surprised Ernie didn't call him. He could have tried.
And not gotten through.
Yeah.
Collecting those items. Baltimore County Police say a couple exiting a store on Parkville last evening.
Take one down.
Hey, folks, thanks for tuning in. We're getting ready to wind down. Thank you for joining us.
I guess if you want or something like that. No, it is something different.
Have you ever considered a career in radio production, sales, or marketing? It's a fun and challenging profession that helps area business people make the most of their marketing dollars. As a radio professional, you will call on
Thank you, Robin.
and or guide businesses and advertising agencies.
Before you leave, is a couple things I want to
Got it.
go over before the next show.
Got it.
Okay.
All right.
Your resume to radiosalesmanager@gmail.com.
She knows her shit.
That's
Yep.
radiosalesmanager@gmail.com.
Look at that.
I wish I'd known we had that. I mean, I'm dying over.
Hot.
Yeah. Well, under the lights, I'm gonna.
For a minute, maybe for a
Wait
joke.
a minute. That's cool.
I guess it's nice to have that. Like,
Was it under that?
too,
Yeah.
as a radio
Yeah.
talk on it. It's been there the whole time.
The news you want to know.
Do we know how many people tuned in?
The news. Buckle your seatbelts.
Yeah.
You need to know.
Did they tell you how many people tuned in?
What's
Did
that?
they have what's the number of people that were tuned in?
It's a
Probably.
probably.
Only know 3, but something about it.
This to the Supreme Court. It's Talk Radio 680 WCBM. WCBM Studios are sponsored by Safe Retirement Solutions. Call around the world for the
Right? Oh, jeez. Okay. We won't be joining that show. All right.
So
Nita, how much time? We close? You think?
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. Somebody's from tuning in from Sweden. Hmm? Yeah, I'm gonna ask them about that.
Can you hear anything?
Oh, it's also coming through you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand what's going on. Is this like leading to this guy's show? But then he's gonna come back and then just wrap these up?
Yeah, I think this the wrap up is up there.
That's what I thought, but then she said you're gonna get back on.
And she told him he's here sometime and he did, and then he
Yeah.
said,
Come on.
Folks, we're done. That wasn't aired on my show. We're done.
Yeah.
I got confused with that last minute when we were going out.
I didn't know y'all was sitting there all the time.
We were sitting here because you told me we
No.
had another minute to
I
go
knew
out.
what you were doing,
Right, no.
because it was 7 o'clock.
Thank you. Thank you. How do we do?
He said 9, he said the radio, he ended it. He ended it, like, that wasn't hanging in place.
No,
It was us that,
clear that.
we,
So,
it was clear that we
Yeah,
were.
yeah, I think so.
Renee left your gum?
your album is so
Huh?
figure out how many told you.
So can I?
I'm gonna-
Because I didn't know what to do, so I didn't.
What Facebook?